And our 4 o'clock newscast is really focused on you and the community where you live.
That's right, and that includes getting answers to your questions. So thanks to those of you who have submitted questions for our officials, including a couple of questions for Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi.
And joining us live right now is Mayor Blangiardi. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to answer some of our viewers' questions.
Glad to be here, Marissa, Mika. Nice to see both of you.
Great. And our first question is from Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin and I live in the Makiki area. I have a question for Mayor Blangiardi. I would like to know if you would consider reinstating the mask mandate on the city bus. A large number of people who ride the bus are kupuna, they are disabled, or they are poor. I was hopeful that we could see this as showing aloha to our kupuna rather than infringing upon individual rights.
Okay, and we want to repeat that question. So the question was from Robin from the Makiki area. And her question for you is she wants to know if you would reconsider reinstating the mask mandate on the city bus. She says a large number of people who ride the bus are kupuna, they're disabled, or they're poor. And she was hoping that they could use that showing aloha to the kupuna rather than infringing on their individual rights.
Well, look, first of all, I think all of us are concerned about our kupuna, and at the same time, we are past the mask mandates. So I appreciate the question and the sensitivity, but at this point in time, we continue to keep track with our hospitals and anything and everything involving COVID. We feel that it is an individual's choice whether they want to wear a mask or not, and we're not going to impose a mask mandate.
All right, thanks, Mayor. Up next, our next question is from Debbie Silk of Kapolei.
This is considered city frontage. And these say they're owned by the city and county of Honolulu. My question for the mayor is, why are we as homeowners not allowed to put your property on your property? And we are told that we will be fined $250 a cab. It makes no sense.
Okay, so Mayor, what she was asking is she's pointing to garbage cans that are on the front of her property on the grass, and she's saying that this is considered city frontage and these are city owned. And her question for the mayor is why we as homeowners are not allowed to put your property on your property. And she's told that she'll be fined $250 a can. She says it makes no sense.
Well, I've not seen exactly where she has it, but I can tell you that there is an ordinance that was passed, because this subject and this question has come up before and caused us to research it, but you cannot leave the garbage cans on the street or the sidewalk. After they're put out to be picked up, they need to be put back. So I don't know exactly where on her property she says she had it. She's placing it, and that's maybe a different issue, but the rule of the
to clarify for you, Mayor, sorry. So she had it. It's in between the sidewalk and the street. It looks like on a strip of grass.
Yeah, that's not allowed. You got to put it away. It says the ordinance is very clear. I think if she wants to look it up, it's section 9-1. If I believe it's 4C. Section 9-1 4C very clearly states that. Honestly, this has come up before too, because we've had some people want to reserve parking stalls by putting trash cans out there. And so that's why she got notified that she'll be fined for doing that.
All right, thanks so much. Up next, our next question is from Mr. Toba of Honolulu. He wants to know what is being done about homelessness in the Ala Moana Kaka'ako area.
Yeah, homelessness is at the top of our list. It's a major priority. And, as you know, we've taken on a different strategy with respect to CORE and, in providing, services for, try to mitigate the need for EMS to go or the police to go. And it's a very complicated process. And while we're making some real progress, one needs to be patient right now. In some districts are more populated than others. We're doing a really good job in some of the places. We're continuing to hire. So I just want to say this. We know the street is not a home. We also believe that homelessness is not a crime. We're trying to do it humanely. We still do cleanups. We don't call them sweeps. But our approach right now is to try to find shelter in places where we can put homeless people and provide medical services, psychiatric services, or whatever they may require. And we're starting to make some real inroads there. The shortage we have right now is not on the treatment, it's on the shelters and the places we can put people. And of course, we're working very closely with other nonprofit service providers, especially IHS. But at the end of the day, this is a complicated problem. I just ask for some patience, and we're making inroads. We're making very positive inroads on this problem.
Thank you, Mayor. And here's a question from our news team about the Department of Planning and Permitting, which handles a lot of things, building permits, investigating monster homes, illegal vacation rentals, among other things. So earlier this month, 2 of the leaders in that department resigned. So what is your administration doing to improve services at DPP and to really reassure those frustrated residents that things are going to get better?
Well, I want to reassure everybody that they will get better. We've begun working on DPP from the time that we walked in. And it's been 20 months in the making, but truthfully speaking, there was a forensic study done in 2019 before we ever got into office. We were aware of the problems. And so really it was all about applicable solutions as we began to understand the problems better and the kinds of solutions that we would want to put in place. And a lot of that took money. And that money didn't really become readily available for us until just this past July. And now we've gone through the procurement procedures. So we've authorized and we've budgeted for the hiring of, over the next 3 years, 160 people in the Department of Planning and Permitting, 80 this year. We also have authorized the procurement of software technology, which the department was woefully underinvested in. Absolutely, the audit pointed that out. We have now made those hires. So, we continue to battle the fact that right now we've been understaffed. We get 20,000 permits a year. We're trying to streamline operations. Some of the things that people could anticipate is that we are looking to, quite honestly, probably enforce a third-party review or put that more into place than where it was. We want to streamline some of the things that people have to get permits for. We're not going to require any longer. We're looking at everything and anything we can possibly do to facilitate this. And this has been a long-standing problem, and we wanted to solve it. And so we feel like we're on the threshold of that. We've been working with outside groups now. We've assembled some task force committees as well for stimulus. We're working with the solar industry. We're working with everybody we possibly can to make this better. If there's one department right now that I know is directly tied to our economic recovery, with absolute certainty, it's the Department of Planning and Permitting. Consequently, the responsibility of that weighs heavily on this office. And if I were to say it, as challenged as we are across the board on so many other issues, this is the one that keeps me up at night. And I can promise you, this is getting more than its full attention. I feel very confident in the abilities of Don Takeuchi Apuna, who we asked to step in as our deputy director to be a director, and providing resources for her as well. And we think that the road gets better as we go forward.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayor. I know it's very complex, and you folks are doing the best you folks can, and you do have a great team. So we thank you for your time.
And I appreciate you saying that, but I want this audience to understand that's not an excuse. This is a very complicated situation that's been broken for a number of mayors through their terms, and everybody has known that. And so it's not unlike the homeless situation. It takes a little bit of patience, but we've got good game plan, good solutions, and we're applying those. And and we just need some time.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mayor, for your time. Like Marissa mentioned, we know you're busy, so we really appreciate you stopping by and answering our viewers' questions tonight.
Well, you're more than welcome. I can't think of a better thing to do late in a Friday afternoon. I appreciate it.
You're welcome back anytime.
Aloha.
Thank you.
Okay. And we want to continue to answer your questions. So if you do have something to ask an official, just email us your question. Email us at news@kitv.com and put Ask the Official in the subject line.
And then you can also head to our website, kitv.com. You'll find the Ask the Official button at the top of our page. Click Submit a Question and enter your information, who your question is for, and ask the question itself. And if you want, you can also upload a video of yourself asking the question. We'll play it back right here on KITV4 Island News at 4.